What's up, you guys? It's 9 up, and today is Wednesday, so we're doing universes, realms, dimensions, realities, and all things of that nature, because that's what we're doing Wednesdays on my channel. Okay, so I'm still sick, as you can see, so I'm still doing the voiceovers, but like I said, we're doing universes, realms, dimensions, realities, and all things of that nature. And I have a good one today. I watched Coherence recently. It was really good. A lot of people were saying it was like confused and stuff like that. I didn't watch any spoilers. I just saw a video on my For You, and it was saying how they watched the movie Coherence. It was so confusing, and somebody could explain it or something like that. And ever since that video, I watched it, and I want to just give kind of like a review, but also explain the movie from beginning to end. Okay, so the movie starts off with a few friends having some drinks, you know, talking, catching up, you know, stuff like that. It's a little messy, but they're having drinks, right? Then the lights cut out. Then they go outside and they realize everybody's power is out. So it's like a power problem. Some guy, he's like, yeah, my brother's a scientist, there's a comet passing by. So they all are now aware. And I think somebody else buzzed in and they're like, yeah, there's a comet passing by, blah, 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 right? So they're all aware that a comet is passing by. They just don't know what's happening or what's going to happen, right? So they see a house lit at the end of the block. Everybody's power is out, but there's one house that's lit at the end of the block. So he's like, yeah, I need to contact my brother. He said it's like we should stay inside. It's mandatory that we stay inside, but I also need to call him. He said call him and then make sure everybody stays inside, right? Because there's no internet, their phones are not working. You get why you can't call anybody. The landline, nothing's working, right? So he goes down there, and that's where I feel like we don't realize it, but I feel like that's where the first group of friends get switched. Okay, stay with me, okay, because this is going to sound confusing at first, but make sure you're listening and staying with me. So I feel like that's when the first group of friends got switched, right? But nevertheless, the two guys go to the house. It's the scientist guy's brother. He's trying to contact whatever, however you know what I mean. The guy's brother is a scientist, so he needs to call his brother that's a scientist. So anyways, they come back. One of the guys have a box. So this is a really big spoiler video. I really should have said that in the beginning, but it's a big spoiler. So he picks up that box, right? That's where they mess up as well, because that's how they're like late to the party. That box is out there to mark their territory, because right now, okay, I'm gonna have to tell you guys, in order for me to explain, I'm gonna have to kind of cut to the point. There are a bunch of, I don't know what to call them. I'm gonna call them doppelgangers for now, or their parallel selves, maybe it's better. I feel like that's so long, but there's a bunch of their parallel selves everywhere from different parallel places. Okay, let's just make sure that's clear. So when he picked up that box from that house, he threw that house off, and his house was already never on because they're late to the party. They don't know what's going on. But that house that he took that gray box from, when he took that gray box, he threw that house off, because now people are not probably going back to that doesn't even matter, right? So anyways, he comes back. They're trying to like decode the box because it's all their pictures in it, and that's when they realize, you know, what they realized, that the guy whose brother's a scientist, he'd been seeing everybody. I feel like I said, they got switched, so it wasn't even the same. Those two that left, the scientist guy, the guy who has a scientist brother, when he left, it was no longer him anymore. I feel like it was his parallel, another person from somewhere else, his parallel self, right? From another house. Maybe not necessarily from that house that they went to and picked up that box from, but from another house, right? Because you end up seeing that happening a lot. So next, they end up decoding the box, right? It's messy while they're doing it. It's a lot going on. They're starting to grasp what's happening. After a while, they finally get it. They understand what's happening, and that there's so many different versions of them, because they went outside and then they saw themselves. 4 people went out of that group of 8, and they saw themselves, or basically they saw, you know, they got the hint after they saw what they saw. So now we're just trying to now they are just trying to like not map out the place, because I don't think they really care to map out wherever they're at, but they're just trying to understand how they can find their house always, while still trying to go out and get help or call the brother. I really don't know what they're trying to go out to do anymore. That part is a little confused. I feel like they're trying to go out to get help, and that guy wants to call his brother because he's a scientist and he would know what to do because he warned him about this. So they're going out trying to go get help or whatever they're trying to do. They're looking at the comic. But let's fast forward, because none of that really is anything. So I'm going to fast forward to the part where the blonde girl, I don't know their names, but I'll put them on the screen. When I'm talking about them, I'll try to put them on the screen. The blonde girl, she goes out, she starts seeing it. It's like in my head, I was like, there's hundreds of them, like thousands of them. So she's just walking around looking at the different houses, looking at the different scenarios, looking at them argue. And it's parallels. It's like it's a group of, the group of 8 has another, I don't even know how to explain that. It's a bunch of parallel groups that look exactly like them, have the exact lives, the exact dynamic, and is in the same position as they are. They're going through the same thing. Right? You get what I'm saying, right? So now she's just looking at them in a bunch of different, I guess, parallel universes, whatever you want to say. And they're all kind of in the same house. I believe they're all like in the same house. Just like, I don't even know if they're different souls. We're not gonna get into that, okay? Because I'm already doing too much as it is. So, yeah, she's looking at everybody. She's trying to just like figure out what's going on. I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna tell you my story. I think that she was trying to see which house she could fit into, or was missing someone that missing one of her parallel versions of her. So I feel like that's what she was doing. She was scouting to see which house was missing a parallel version of her, so she could go in there, or looking for like a good family mix that she would want to go to, because she was already having problems. It was messy, like I said. You gotta watch the movie. It was messy. It was a lot going on, right, and it was messy, okay? And I'm not gonna go into the mess because I just wanted to see the sci-fi part of it. I didn't really care for the mess, so y'all can watch that. But she finds the place that she wants to go to, and she beats up her parallel version of herself, because at this point she didn't find no place missing herself, and I guess she just really liked that one the most because it looked like that's the one her man really loved her in, right? So she didn't kill her, but she like knocked her out, put her in the trunk, then knocked herself out again, put her in the bathtub, and she went to sleep because she was passing out. She passed out after all of that. She went to sleep. She woke up, and I think the Comet had passed or whatever. I'm not sure actually, but it looked like it did. And now things seem to be back to normal. And then her parallel version that actually belongs to them was calling him, and he just looked at her, and the movie ended. So I probably didn't do that good of a job explaining it, and I'm probably gonna redo this video in a later time. But I really enjoyed this movie. It was mind-bending for sure. At first, like I said, I really didn't know what was going on, but when he left and came back, for some reason, it was a guess, but I just was like, I bet you that's not even them. It's like a parallel version of them. And I didn't watch no spoilers or anything. I didn't know anything about this movie. I just kind of was like, they was like, oh, this movie's mind-bending. I don't know. Like I said in the beginning. So, yeah, I was like, that's probably not them. It just gave, it probably wasn't them. And then him picking up the box, I thought I saw you throw it. It's like you saw him throw the box on the floor or not. And I'm very much that type of person anyways. Like, you either did or didn't. Not you thought. How could you think? Oh, he probably did see him throw it down, but it was the other guy. See what I'm saying? You see, I knew it was something off about that whole thing, and that's when they would just guess that. Okay, so now I'm putting it together in my head again. But, yeah, like I was saying, that whole, when he was like, oh, I thought I saw you put it down, that threw me off. So that's when I was like, no, something's going on. That's when I first started getting suspicious and started like guessing, like, oh, they probably like this, that. But anyways, that was really it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. It was 969 out, and I hope you guys are having a good week so far. Hope you guys are crushing it, all that. Maybe I'll do a part 2 to this video or something. I really liked the movie pretty much. That's all I had to say. I really liked the movie. It was good. Yeah, it was good. It kept me guessing, honestly. I was like, maybe it could be this, maybe it could be that. Like, I wasn't really stuck to one thing, but I always knew, like, it could be, what I thought it was. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video again. 9CHT out.